Imagine updating your Pixel 10 to finally share files with an iPhone over AirDrop, and the moment you try it, your Wi-Fi just dies. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Not slows down, literally disconnects as long as the sharing menu is open. That's the surprise Google rolled out last week, and it's happening on a flagship phone that's supposed to make cross-platform sharing feel seamless. This matters because Google's new Quick Share update was a big deal. For the first time, Pixel 10 users could send files directly to iPhones using AirDrop's protocol. It was an important step toward breaking down that old Apple versus Android wall. But instead of celebrating the win, users are now digging through settings trying to reconnect to Wi-Fi every time they open the share menu. And that's not just inconvenient, it's the kind of bug that instantly ruins trust in a feature that's supposed to feel invisible. Here's what's actually going on. After the update rolled out to the Pixel 10 lineup, users noticed something odd. The moment they opened the Quick Share menu, the phone dropped its Wi-Fi connection. Not after sending a file, not while pairing, literally the second the menu appeared. Android police highlighted the issue after multiple posts started popping up on Google support forums and Reddit. People weren't imagining it. The Wi-Fi icon would vanish, the network list would go blank, and even toggling Wi-Fi off and back on wouldn't help. It simply refused to reconnect as long as Quick Share was on screen. But here's the weird part. Close the menu, switch to another app, and the Wi-Fi springs right back to life. It's like the phone gets stage fright when it has to talk to an Apple device. Now, before anyone panics, this doesn't seem to be a dangerous bug. It's not exposing data or causing crashes. It's just annoying. But it's also a reminder that even the biggest companies can miss something obvious, especially when they're trying to introduce a feature that crosses ecosystem boundaries. Google made a big effort to ensure there were no security issues. And ironically, the problem ended up being a basic connectivity glitch. From what we know, Google is probably aware of it. The bug was reported through Google's issue tracker, and someone from the company responded, though in classic Google fashion, they directed the person back to the support forums. Meanwhile, the support forums told people to go back to the issue tracker. So even inside Google, no one seems totally sure where this report is supposed to live. That little bureaucratic loop says a lot about how these things slip through the cracks. The timing also makes the whole thing more interesting. Google launched this AirDrop-compatible Quick Share update for the Pixel 10, 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL, and even the 10 Pro Fold just last week. And the company hinted that this was only the beginning, with plans to expand support later. Apple hasn't publicly responded, but let's be real. Apple doesn't love when Google taps into its ecosystem. It wouldn't be surprising if a future iOS update quietly blocks this compatibility altogether. So right now, the window where this feature works might already be ticking down, and a bug like this doesn't help anyone take it seriously. And that brings us to the bigger point. These tiny hiccups matter because they shape how willing people are to try cross-platform features. Sharing a file should be effortless. It's one of those actions you do without thinking. A photo, a video, a document. If the price of tapping share is losing your Wi-Fi for a moment, most people are just going to fall back to old habits. Text it, email it, use an app, anything but the feature that turns off your internet. Personally, I think this shows how tricky it is to create harmony between ecosystems that were never designed to play nicely together. Google wanted to offer something bold, an AirDrop-like experience that finally bridges the iPhone-Android divide. And honestly, that's something users have wanted for years. But the reality is that interoperability is messy. You're working with different protocols, different expectations, and companies that aren't exactly coordinating. The good news is that this is the type of bug that can be fixed with a small patch. It's not an architectural problem, it's a behavior issue tied specifically to this menu. And once Google irons it out, the feature could actually be one of the most convenient updates Pixel users get this year. But until then, it's a reminder that even the simplest quality of life improvements can go sideways in unexpected ways. So if you're on a Pixel 10 and you just got this Quick Share update, don't be shocked if your Wi-Fi flickers out the next time you try to send a file. It's not your router, It's not your carrier, it's just Google trying to make AirDrop work and tripping over a bug on the way. Hopefully the fix lands soon, because a feature this promising deserves to work without any of the weird side effects. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.